I never told my mom about the warehouse. Dad had left it with a key I'd kept hidden, and I carried the weight of that secret like a low hum in my chest. When she remarried, I felt it, an instinctual tightening every time her new husband smiled too widely or lingered too long on stories about money. He was a man used to opportunity, the kind that smelled it before it appeared. I knew I couldn't leave him near what wasn't his. Base life was monotonous. I drilled, I reported, I followed orders, but my mind was elsewhere. Calls from the warehouse manager became a rhythm, short, urgent bursts in the middle of routine. "Ma'am, your stepdad's here. He's got cutters." My stomach didn't twist. My pulse didn't spike. It was just another problem to solve. I'd been waiting for this in a slow, deliberate way, like a tide biding its time. I remembered Dad's voice, low but firm. "Some things aren't just possessions, they're responsibilities. Protect them. If you can't, no one else will." Those words weren't threats, they were contracts. Every decision I'd made since his death had been about fulfilling them. Keeping the warehouse secret was about duty, not vengeance. At first, I considered confrontation. I imagined standing at the door, holding the key like a weapon, but the thought felt hollow. There was no need for theatrics. Silence, order, and the right people arriving at the right moment would speak louder. The manager's panic on the phone wasn't panic at all. It was an opportunity to act efficiently. I coordinated quietly, contacting legal and security, making sure everything would be handled by those with authority, leaving the stepdad with no chance to claim even a glimpse. No shouting, no threats, just precise, undeniable measures that left him powerless. I remembered the warehouse in fragments, the smell of old wood, the faint metallic tang of tools Dad had left, the light slanting through dusty windows. Each memory reinforced why this mattered. I wasn't protecting wealth, I was guarding a legacy, a trust, a fragment of someone I could no longer speak to. Every instinct of my stepdad's greed, every manipulation I'd seen over dinners and phone calls, sharpened my resolve. By the time the authorities arrived, he was already out of options. The cutters were irrelevant. The law and the presence of those with clear jurisdiction made his intentions meaningless. He could only stand outside, impatient and increasingly impotent, while I remained removed, composed. I didn't savor his defeat, I merely acknowledged it. Control had shifted without a word. Afterwards, the manager updated me. Everything was secure. The warehouse, the items, a history, they were untouched. Relief settled into my shoulders, but it was quiet, the kind that doesn't announce itself. There was no celebration, no triumphant declaration. The stepdad's presence was now a memory, and I was left alone with a mixture of satisfaction and unease. Protecting what was mine, what had been mine through inheritance and trust, came at the cost of family peace. Mom called later, oblivious, cheerful, unaware of the storm that had passed. I didn't correct her, didn't reveal the steps I'd taken. Some truths are heavier than they need to be. Some victories are best left silent. I listened to her voice, smiling faintly, feeling a separation that wasn't resentment, just a quiet acknowledgement of who I had become. Sitting alone later, I walked through the warehouse in memory. Each shelf, each crate, each hidden corner was untouched, exactly as Dad had left it. I had kept my promise. My leverage had been subtle, earned through patience and the recognition of authority. There was power in that, quiet and undeniable, but not loud or celebratory. The stepdad had learned that not everything could be manipulated, not everything could be seized. I closed my eyes. I felt the weight of the secret, the satisfaction of duty fulfilled, and the lingering discomfort of family lines that could no longer intersect without tension. Life continued at base, mundane and structured, but I carried the warehouse in my thoughts like a pulse, steady, necessary, and mine to guard. Some legacies are measured not by triumphs, but by restraint, by knowing when to act and when to let authority speak for you. Mine had survived intact, and for now, that was enough.